Uh, okay, uh, I'm starting off my, I don't know how many, I want to say hundreds of opportunities or times that I've gone live. And this one here has started off just as awkwardly as the first one did 6 years ago. 6 years ago tonight, and ironically, it was a Tuesday night, which is the situation tonight. Tuesday night in my garage in White Rock, British Columbia, where I sat down on the couch in the garage and just went live after realizing maybe a week or two earlier that there was an actual live function on Facebook, and I have been using it ever since. So if you're just scrolling through Facebook, my name is Matthew. This is Live with Matthew, and it's come in many different forms. Matt TV, back in the day, it was Matt Chat, Facebook Live with Matthew, Live with Matthew, many different names, but the same individual, the same content, really doing the same thing that I've been doing since the very beginning. 2,191 days ago, I started going live, and the beautiful thing is, every time that I have gone live, it's been saved. So you can go back to, a lot of the videos in the beginning are up on my YouTube channel, but you can go back on my own personal page. You can go back on my Matt TV Facebook page, and you can see that the very first show that I did in my garage, and there was no flag behind me, and this flag here, this is coming up on a 6-year anniversary. So in the last 2,191 days of going live, obviously not every day, but for many of those days over the last 6 years, and you have seen, I wish we had some time lapse. If you could take snippets from different shows over that 6-year period, you'd be able to see this flag just continuously fill up with signatures. So that in itself is an amazing story. So like I've said from the very beginning, I certainly appreciate the live views, and if you're watching this at your leisure, I certainly appreciate that as well. We are in the middle of a nor'easter. This snowstorm, there was a special weather advisory. It's still in place. And if you're wondering, we are in the north end of Halifax, Nova Scotia, right across the street from the Irving Shipyard buildings. So yeah, you can Google Earth that. But yeah, we knew about this storm. We know it was going to be rolling in to Nova Scotia and the Maritimes. And I would say about 4:30 this afternoon, it showed up, and it showed up in a hurry. We did start off with some wet snow. The snow has since disappeared, and we're into rain, which was in the forecast. So we're expecting rain overnight tonight. The temperatures are actually going to get warmer as the night goes along, 4 or 5 degrees overnight, showers tomorrow, but then there's more snow in the forecast for tomorrow. So this last week of winter on the calendar is fulfilling its duty. It's winter duty. Now we were really spoiled this winter. I've said in the last few days that we have actually received more winter weather in the last couple of weeks than we have had the entire winter season. There's been many exceptions of many beautiful, gorgeous days here in Nova Scotia just this past weekend. And I'm gonna in a bit I'm going to tell you what my weekend was like, and I'm going to throw out 4 numbers to kind of give you a guess on how many kilometers I walked this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday. The weather was nice. It was a solo weekend for me. Jen was working, so I was just out, no real destination really, but I walked an incredible amount of distance. And I honestly don't think I'd be hard pressed to find someone who just would walk with me all day with no real destination. Many thousands of steps. Keegan, how are you? Love you, man. So yes, I'm just in here real quick because I wanted to celebrate 6 years of doing exactly this. And I'm just gonna, I have some notes and it's one-sided. So this is gonna be really quick. I just really wanted to mark this occasion, this 14th day of March, 2023, 6 years to the day on a Tuesday night. I started doing exactly this. But why did I do that? Why did I start doing this? Well, in April of 2017, my older sister Jill was getting ready to run in the Boston Marathon, and I wanted to document that because I had plans to go across the United States on a Greyhound bus with Kaya Moon and be a part of this once-in-a-lifetime experience. And I wanted to get comfortable in front of a camera. And I kind of wanted to build up an audience so that I could take my friends, my audience with me as we traveled across the country. We did the Boston thing. One of the best chats, one of the best interviews that I've ever done was chatting with my sister, my older brother Jeff, and all of the family in Boston before the marathon, after the marathon, going into New York, just the back and forth between the eastern side of North America and then coming back here and just continuing to really document my daily activities and making my daily activities relatable to you. That's all I've ever really done. Marie, welcome to broadcast. You are a remarkable human. You and your sister Lori, you are in my thoughts continuously, yes. Lori is, if I had to highlight a half a dozen friends that really have made an impact personally on me within the last 6 years, Lori Young is definitely at the top of that list. Just a warrior, a true inspiration. So glad to call Lori my friend, so glad to call Lori a classmate of the Woodstock High School graduating class of 1991. So yeah, that's why this started. I wanted to get comfortable in front of the camera, so I thought, well, I might as well just document the goings on in my life. That's why I have taken you to Roslyn, BC when I was working there. I've taken you to Kamloops. I've taken you to Kelowna. Everywhere that I have gone, I have tried to be an extra set of eyes, an extra set of ears, so that you can experience what I experience. And in a lot of instances, it was a first for me. So it meant a lot to me to be able to share a moment in time that was, that perfect moment, or that moment would never happen again. And to be able to share those moments with you, that's another big reason why I continue to do what I do. Going back to some of the great conversations, some of the great chats that I've had over the last 6 years, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't have this technology. So I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I am grateful for social media when it's used for a good purpose. And Facebook was created. I created an account. They brought in Live, and I've used that platform to not only talk about what's going on in my life, but to share stories and allow people to be a guest on this show and talk about what they're doing in their life. So it's just another platform. I think be great if more people were doing it. Conversations with individuals who unfortunately are no longer here. My father-in-law, Robert Vespasiani. I had the incredible opportunity to have a very intimate and candid conversation with Coach Vess in the garage out west. And that conversation you can find on my YouTube channel. I was able to talk to his son, Joe Vespasiani, who was a comedian. Being able to chat with Darren O'Donnell, Dude. Being able to chat with Dude in December of 2018. Chatting with Dude in December of 2018. And then losing Dude in February of 2019. I will always be grateful for that conversation that has been forever captured on social media, and I just can't say enough. I can't say enough about that conversation. One of my most favorite interactions with one of my most favorite individuals in Darren O'Donnell, Dude. I just absolutely love that guy. This has also given me the opportunity, like I said, with my work, being able to showcase where I currently am. You saw lots of White Rock. You saw lots of North Vancouver. Every time I was in the city, when I was away in different locations doing work, different events. And I've done the same thing here in Nova Scotia. I think one of the funnest times for me doing live shows was certainly just a couple of summers ago, August of 2021, making the family trip across Canada and documenting that. And again, you can see all that stuff because all that stuff has been saved and that will forever be there. So again, if you're just scrolling through Facebook, this is Matthew, this is Live with Matthew. I'm just in here real quick. I'm celebrating 6 years of doing live shows just on my phone, wherever. It's therapy for me. This is the first time that I have actually been in front of the camera since the morning of February 23rd. So it's been a while. It's been nearly 3 weeks since I've been in front of the camera. And the reason I was on the camera so much previous, because I was walking to work. For the last couple of weeks, I have been on an electric bike. So I'm not leaving the house till like 7:15. So I just haven't been at the waterfront in the morning to do shows. But trust me, I go there at lunch. But it has been a while since I've done a show. But just in here tonight, celebrating 6 years of doing this. And I will continue to do this. And I will continue to put the open invitation out there to you. If you want to come on here and share what's going on in your life and tell a story, you will always be welcome to do so. Okay, I'm just going to close this out with some final thoughts. Going back to the weather this weekend, just an absolutely beautiful weekend here. Saturday, Sunday, Monday was beautiful. I left the e-bike at home this weekend and I went out walking, and I walked approximately 28 kilometers in 2 days. I know I walked nearly 20 kilometers on Saturday. 12 hours, easily. I was outside walking for 12 hours. That's why I don't know if anyone would be able to just walk around aimlessly, but not for 12 hours or 8 hours a day, unless you're actually hiking, going into the woods, where at the end of the night, you're pitching a tent and, you're camping, not just walking through the streets of Halifax for 8 hours. So if you think you can keep up, come on down to Halifax. So that was my weekend, and it was a very nostalgic weekend for me. I'll be honest, I was very emotional, up and down. I did shed tears this weekend, not tears of sadness, but it was just, I couldn't put my thumb on it. But I did mention to Jen yesterday that I think I was really longing for carefree days. I think I was kind of hurt how the world just seems to be so chaotic and so unhinged that the sunshine and the beautiful spring weather this weekend, there were a lot of triggers smells, sights that just kind of transported me back to a simpler time, a carefree time in my life. And like I said, it was a roller coaster up and down. But it was an 11 out of 10 kind of weekend, absolutely. Simon, hello. I'm glad that I'm still doing this as well. A couple of more things. I need to put out a brand new voice demo. People have to be, or they should be, updating you're always updating your skill set, but in some areas you have to put that skill, you have to record it. Specifically if you're a voice actor and you want to update your material, you need to first get into an area, a facility where they can do that. So I did some research and it cost a lot of money. Rightfully so. These are trained professionals, but it cost a lot of money to get a voice demo done. So thanks to the Halifax Public Library, state-of-the-art media, just had a little glitch. Their media studio on Thursday night from 6:30 to 8:30. I have the studio booked to myself. I will have a microphone of my choice, software. I'm in a recording studio booth, and I'm going to be able to record some demo on professional equipment. So I'm really quite excited about that. I've always been my biggest advocate for my work, for my skill, for what I believe I can do. I will always be letting people know that, hey, knock, 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 here I am. But it's better when you have some updated material. So I should have given you the Coles notes at the very beginning. Very excited to be going into a recording studio this Thursday, which leads right into Friday, which is St. Patrick's Day. So I'm curious, I'll leave you with a yes or no. Do you have any plans for St. Patrick's Day? Are you one who indulges in the green beer? Do you drink the green beer? If you do, be safe. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Spring is on Monday. This is it. We are in the final days, the final hours of winter. Spring is just around the corner. But before we get to that, I just want to let you know, if you are celebrating an anniversary of any year this weekend, I want you to know that you will be celebrating that anniversary with Jen and I, Jennifer Vespasiani, and myself. We will be celebrating 22 years of marriage this Sunday, March 19th, 2023. It was on that date 22 years ago that we were married in a blown out cave in the Himalayas in Nepal. The only time. I'm not a global traveler by any stretch of the imagination. That spring was the only time that I ever left this continent, but it was the best decision I ever made, celebrating 22 years of marriage this Sunday with Jennifer. So looking forward to that. So if you're having an anniversary of any kind this weekend, I hope it's a great, great weekend. Okay. Ken, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the live views. Like I said, I just wanted to come in here tonight. 2,191 days ago, on a Tuesday night in my garage in White Rock, British Columbia, I turned on my iPhone, went to Facebook Live for the first time. And that's up on YouTube. You want to see some uncomfortable stuff? Yeah, go back and watch that video. But it's just been so much fun. And I'm just thrilled that this continues to be the backdrop for the shows when I'm home. You know the flag is in my possession when it's hanging behind me. Exactly 1,414 names on this unity flag. So many people to thank. for getting it to that point. It couldn't have happened without dozens and dozens of people who were responsible for keeping it a smooth transition to someone else and getting it back and forth, like just no damage, not a tear, not a burn mark, nothing, absolutely no damage to this flag. That in itself is quite remarkable, quite remarkable. Vernon, way out in Aldergrove, British Columbia. Love you, man. Hope you're well. Next time you see Randy, give him a hug. I hope everyone in the Aldergrove gang I hope everyone's doing all right. I hope everyone's doing all right. The next time you see Alan Ronnie, tell them I said hi. Much love from the East Coast to the West Coast. Yes? All right. Thanks for the live views. If you are watching this at your leisure on whatever day you feel comfortable sitting down and looking at this guy, I appreciate it. Thanks for the live views. We'll do it again sooner than later. I hope you make it through the rest of this nor'easter, because it's a dandy. This is Live with Matthew. Bye-bye.